Hello and welcome. This is Maria of My Home Cooking and Adventure. Today I am going to show you how to make HOPIA'NG UBE. The last time I'd show you how to make HOPIA'NG baboy. And today it's another recipe. If you watched the last video that I make about HOPIA'NG baboy, I mentioned about so many varieties of this bread. Hopia with purple yam, hopia with mung bean, and hopia with sweet potato. So keep watching, and today is the hopiang ube. Hindi ko na patatagalin, let's make it. In a bowl, put 2 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Then combine all these dry ingredients. Believe me, this recipe is very easy to make. As long as you have all the ingredients combining all together, you don't need the probing, and you have the hopia. By the way, I am making the first dough here. Okay, let's add a 1/2 cup of oil and 1/2 cup of water. Continually mixing it until there is no particles left in the dough. Hopia means it's a good pastry or good biscuits. It introduced to a Filipino by Fukinese immigrants from southern Fujian of China in early 1900s. There's a long history of this bread, but if I tell you about this story, then it'll be longer than this video. That's the little fact about the history of this bread that I can share with you. So you know that I love the history. The mixture is now formed as a dough. Masahin lang, kunting pindot, kunting pisa, and you have the dough. You saw the same method that I used for hopiang baboy. It's the same method that I use here at the hopiang ube. The difference is the palaman or the filling. Let's set aside, cover, and then we're going to make the dough number 2. Okay, for the second dough, we need 1 1/2 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of butter, and 1/2 cup of shortening or 1/2 cup of butter. Okay, this is the same method as the first dough, just combining all these ingredients and masahin lang mabuti. Using your hands, mix it to crumble until it becomes dough. It will become sticky, but don't worry about it. We're going to use the siran later on or the plastic cover to spread it so it's easier for us to spread it to the first dough. If you don't have plastic siran to use for flattening, actually you can also use another method using crumbles at the top of the first dough. It's almost done. It's look like messy, but it's okay. Simutin lang yung mga natitirang crumble or roll it around the bowl to clean up all the excess. Heto na, i-roll na natin. We're going to roll it using my kneading pad. First method is I am going to flatten the first dough first. Actually, I enjoying flattening this dough. It is not sticking and it's just really good. If you are curious how thick is the dough is, it's actually up to you. Depends on how you want it to be. If you want thick or if you want thin. I have the size of the 24 8.5 inches by 16.5 inches of the pastry mat, or 62 by 42 cm, and it's almost covered the whole pastry mat. Now we're going to make the second dough. So first, I top it with the Saran plastic. Palaparin lang natin yung dough o spread it out. Second is top with the Saran plastic. This way is easiest to spread it out without getting messy in your hand, and I think it is the easiest way for me. Eto na, spread the first dough, top with the second dough. Since the Saran is sticking to the dough, it's easiest to flip to the top of the first dough and then remove the dough. And if you're not satisfied, then you can spread it a little bit more, and then we are going to roll it over. It looks good, isn't it? Okay, since we're waiting for the filling to get done, we are going to cover it using the old plastic Saran that I used to wrap earlier, just to prevent from drying. Let's move to the next station. In the stove, I have the pan, and it's in the medium heat. I add a pound of the purple yam or purple ube, and I added 2 tablespoons of butter. And in a bowl, I added 1/2 cup of flour, and we're going to dilute it for another 1/2 cup of water. Then we're going to add a 1/2 can of the condensed milk. And then in the pan, we're going to add 1/2 cup of sugar and the mixtures of the flour, water, and the condensed milk. And then we're going to continuously mixing the yam until it becomes so thick, or let's say a dough thick. I actually cooked the yam already. So if you have the raw yam, what you're going to do is add another cup of water with a pound of yam, because it will absorb more water when it's raw. And you'll probably cook it for about 30 minutes or more, depends on how the yam get thickened faster or it become thick. Okay, so I add a little bit of the food coloring here to become more purple. Okay, now it's done. Turn off the heat and let it cool. Okay, my filling is done. It's cooked, it's cool. We're going to form it into a bowl, enough size for the dough. And I cut the dough for about 28 pieces. Okay, heto na. We're going to flatten the dough enough to fill up with the purple yam. And I have 1/4 cup measuring cup here. I'm going to use it to measure my bread And also, if you have a cookie cutter, you can use it also. Just happen that I cannot find my cookie cutter, but I have some different sizes that I can use it on later. Okay, napakadali lang gawin, di ba? It's so easy and simple to make. If you have the patience of making bread or baking, if you love doing it, you will gonna enjoy it for sure. Eto na, it's ready to cook. Let's brush it with the egg yolk only and then bake it. Okay, we're going to bake it for 375 degrees for 20 minutes. As I promised, you gotta believe me, this hopia bread is so perfect. It's so yummy, delicious with the purple yam. Oh my. Pair with a hot coffee or hot cream with coffee. and it's good enough for the breakfast or your snack or your dinner or your lunch. Hope you enjoy my video and thank you for watching. Thank you for coming. And please, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, likes, and press the bell for notification. Thank you.